You ever have that moment? You place a sports bet, feeling pretty good, then you talk to a friend.
Ah, and they got way better odds on the exact same bet you made.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
really stings, right? Like you missed out somehow, left money on the table.
Definitely. And it just shows how cutthroat the online sportsbook market is now.
Totally. And that feeling, that whole competitive landscape, is exactly what we're doing a deep dive into today. We're looking at something called blind odds comparison tools.
Sounds a bit sci-fi, doesn't it?
It kind of does, but they're very real, and they're popping up more and more in online betting. So our mission, really, is to unpack these things. What are they? How do they actually work? And, the big question, are they helping you find the best bet, or are they maybe something else, a potential trap?
Yeah, it's interesting because they sort of promise simplicity, right? Find the best odds
Oh.
easily. But they actually add this whole other layer of stuff you need to think about.
Okay, so let's break it down. Someone listening might be thinking, blind odds, what on earth is that? So what's the basic idea?
Well, at its core, it's a tool that shows you which sports book has the best payout for the bet you want to make.
Okay.
But, and this is the key part, it doesn't tell you the name of the sports book. Not right away, anyway.
Okay. So say I want to bet on, I don't know, Chelsea beating Arsenal. I put that in, and instead of seeing like betting house A offers 2.10 and sportsbook B 1.95, I just see what option 1, option 2, something like that.
Exactly that. You get this list, totally generic. Option 1 has these odds, option 2 slightly different, and so on. The actual company behind the odds. That only gets revealed maybe after you click the link, or sometimes you might have to sign up, or even start placing the bet.
Wow. It really is like that analogy you hear, like a blind taste test, but with your actual money.
That's a perfect way to put it. Your money's right there on the line.
Which brings up, for me at least, a huge question. Why? Why hide the brand names? I mean, isn't the whole point of a competitive market supposed to be transparency, knowing who you're dealing with?
That's a really critical question, and it gets right to the heart of why these tools exist. Often the main driver, let's be honest, is the affiliate model.
Right. Money.
Yeah. A lot of these comparison sites, the tools themselves, are run by affiliates. They make money, a commission, when they send you, the user, to a specific sports book.
Okay, so if they showed all the names up front.
You might just pick the big name you recognize, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe one that isn't paying the affiliate tool as much commission. By hiding the names, they sort of force your hand. It levels the playing field, making you focus only on the odds.
Levels the playing field. Or does it just shift the advantage? Like away from the bookie's brand maybe, but towards whoever's paying the tool the most. How do you know the best odds shown are truly the best available everywhere?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And you're right to be skeptical. On one hand, yes, removing the brand can push you towards making a purely rational decision based just on the numbers, the actual value.
Yeah, I can see that. We all have our favorite brands, maybe ones we trust even if the odds aren't quite as good.
Exactly. How often do people take slightly worse odds just because it's a familiar, trustworthy name? It happens all the time. So taking the name away could lead to a better value bet.
Nah.
But as you pointed out, and some of the research confirms this, it can also be just, clever marketing, a psychological nudge. They remove one biased brand loyalty, but potentially introduce another. The tool's own financial incentive. They might guide you subtly towards their preferred partners, not necessarily the absolute best deal for you across the entire market. It plays on our desire for an easy choice, making us trust the tool itself.
That psychological part is fascinating, but it also makes me think about the other side. If we're being steered away from brands we know, even if imperfectly, what are the actual dangers? What are the risks of following these blind recommendations?
And there are definitely risks, big ones sometimes. Firstly, not all these tools are playing fair. There's a real risk that the best odds you see consistently point to an anonymous option.
Which just happens to be the one paying the tool the highest commission.
Precisely. So the tool isn't showing you the best odds overall, just the best odds among its, let's say, preferred partners. That's a really key thing to keep in mind.
Okay, so say I see an amazing option 3 odd. It looks almost too good. I click it. What happens then? What's the immediate danger I could face? How fast does that risk appear?
It can be immediate, honestly. That click could take you straight to a completely unknown website, maybe one licensed who knows where, as they say.
Right, not exactly confidence-inspiring.
Not at all. And that's incredibly risky. You could land on an unregulated platform, maybe one with a terrible reputation for payouts or security. Your money, Your personal data, it could all be at risk.
Wow.
And beyond that, even if the site looks okay, there's the hidden stuff. What about their betting limits? Are they really low? What about payout rules? Do they have weird restrictions or long delays on withdrawals? That kind of crucial info might not be obvious up front.
So that great odds suddenly isn't so great if you can't actually get your winnings out easily.
Exactly. The hidden terms and conditions can totally destroy the actual value of the bet. Turns a good deal into a nightmare, potentially.
Okay, this sounds potentially quite hazardous then. Given all these red flags, the manipulation risk, the dodgy platforms, should people just avoid these tools completely? Are they just trouble?
No, I wouldn't go that far. They aren't inherently, evil or anything. Actually, they can be kind of cool and useful, and it's a big if you use them smartly, with your eyes open.
So for you listening right now, how do you do that? How do you use them as a tool, not get used by the tool?
Right. The absolute key advice is this. Treat them as a starting point only, just for initial research, not the final word.
So if you see an appealing odd from a blind source,
That's your signal to start digging. Do your own homework, your crucial due diligence. Before you even think about placing a bet, you have to research that provider that the tool is pointing you towards.
what does that research look like?
You need to check independent reviews. See what other bettors are saying. Verify their license is it from a reputable authority you trust. Check their customer support options. What are their withdrawal policies and timelines? You need clear answers to all that.
So it's not just click and bet. It's click, investigate, then maybe bet. It's about combining what the tool tells you with your own, street smarts.
Exactly. That's why we often recommend a kind of hybrid approach. Maybe use a blind odds tool to spot potential value you might have missed, but also use a transparent odds comparison site, one that shows you all the names up front.
Ah, so you get both perspectives, the potential value focus and the full market view with known names.
Precisely. Blend the science of finding the best number with the practical wisdom of making sure your money is actually safe and accessible.
That makes a lot of sense. It's really actionable advice. So kind of wrapping things up, the next time you hear someone bragging about always getting the best odds,
Yeah, maybe pause and think. Are they really comparing diligently everywhere, or are they just sticking to a familiar brand, maybe missing out? Or perhaps are they using one of these blind tools without fully understanding the risks involved?
it really highlights that core tension, doesn't it? These tools offer this interesting promise, remove the brand bias, focus on value, but hiding the names also means, well, hiding potential risks.
Absolutely. It's a twist, an interesting one, but one you really need to navigate carefully.
Which I guess brings us back to the fundamental truth, especially when your money's involved. Real value isn't just the number. It's tied to being vigilant, making properly informed choices. You've got to stay sharp.
Couldn't agree more. Use the tools, sure, but use them wisely. Bet smart, stay sharp, and please always, always read the fine print before you commit.